Ambassador Zixthala stood before the Galactic Council chambers, her crystalline carapace shimmering with righteous indignation. The holographic display behind her showed the boundaries of human space, a modest cluster of systems that had remained unchanged for 3 millennia. "Esteemed delegates," she began, her voice echoing through the vast amphitheater filled with representatives from across the galaxy, "the humans have violated the sacred truce of Kepler Station. They have expanded beyond their designated quarantine zone." A murmur rippled through the assembly. The truce had been signed 3,000 years ago after humanity's brief but devastating first contact. War, a conflict that had lasted merely 6 months but left entire civilizations questioning their military doctrines. "By exactly how much have they expanded?" asked Council Prime Veltaran, his tentacles twitching with concern. They've established an outpost." Zixthala's voice cracked slightly. "On an asteroid, 17 kilometers outside the boundary." The silence that followed was deafening. "A mining station," she continued desperately, clearly a prelude to invasion. In the human embassy section, Admiral Sarah Chen barely suppressed a chuckle. She exchanged glances with her aide, Lieutenant Commander Rodriguez, who was openly grinning. "Should we tell them?" Rodriguez whispered. "Not yet," Chen replied, settling back in her chair with evident amusement. Zixthala continued her presentation, her voice growing more shrill. "We cannot allow this unprovoked aggression to stand. The hegemony of Zixth formally declares the truce null and void. We demand immediate human withdrawal or face the consequences." The chamber erupted in nervous chatter. The hegemony controlled 47 star systems and commanded one of the largest fleets in the galaxy. Their crystalline warships were legendary for their speed and firepower. "The human delegation will respond," announced Council Prime Veltaran. Admiral Chen stood slowly, her weathered face bearing the kind of smile that had made enemy commanders nervous for decades. "Honored delegates, we appreciate Ambassador Zixthala's passionate presentation. However, I believe there's been a misunderstanding." She activated her personal display showing the disputed asteroid. "This mining station belongs to 12-year-old Marcus Webb of New Detroit Colony. It's his science fair project." The chamber fell silent. "You see," Chen continued conversationally, "young Marcus wanted to demonstrate automated mineral extraction for his school's engineering competition. His parents helped him file the proper permits with our colonial administration. The asteroid contains approximately 40 tons of nickel iron ore, which Marcus plans to use to build a sculpture garden for his school." Zixthala's carapace darkened to a deep purple, the hegemony equivalent of blushing. That's impossible. Our intelligence networks detected advanced mining equipment, defensive systems." "Oh, that would be Marcus's AI tutor." Chen nodded. "Standard educational software. Every human child gets one. And the defensive systems are probably just the automated safety protocols to keep Marcus from accidentally spacing himself during his field trips." "Field trips?" Veltaran's tentacles had gone completely still. "Marcus visits his project every weekend. His mother drops him off on her way to her book club on Europa Station. Safety regulations require basic life support and collision avoidance systems for any structure a minor might occupy." The hegemony delegation was now furiously conferring among themselves. Finally, Zixthala stood again. "Even if this particular incursion was unintentional, the humans have clearly violated the spirit of the truce. We maintain our declaration of war." Admiral Chen's smile widened. "As is your right, Ambassador. However, I should mention that humanity has made a few adjustments during our period of isolation." She gestured, and the main display shifted to show human space, but not as it had appeared moments before. Instead of 37 modest colonies, the map revealed over 10,000 systems, connected by a vast network of quantum tunnels and pocket dimensions. "You see," Chen explained casually, "we found the original truce boundaries rather limiting for our development needs, so we simply built around them, sideways you might say, through folded space." The chamber was now dead silent. "These systems exist in parallel dimensional layers, technically occupying the same coordinates as empty space in your reality. We've been rather busy these past 3 millennia. We now have a population of roughly 47 trillion, spread across multiple realities." Zixthala's voice was barely a whisper. 47 trillion? give or take a few billion. We've also developed some interesting technologies during our isolation, temporal manipulation, reality anchoring, quantum consciousness transfer. Oh, and we've solved that pesky entropy problem that's been plaguing universal expansion. Chen paused, letting that sink in. But here's the thing, she continued, her tone becoming almost motherly. We rather liked being left alone. Humanity discovered that we're quite good at building things, creating art, exploring the infinite possibilities of existence. War frankly became rather boring. She turned to face Zixthala directly. So, Ambassador, if the hegemony of Zixith truly wishes to declare war on humanity, we'll certainly oblige. But I should mention that our current military consists primarily of hobbyists and history enthusiasts. Our most advanced warship is actually a museum piece, built and maintained by the Galactic War Reenactment Society. A museum piece? Zixthala managed. The HMS Nostalgia. Lovely ship. Captained by Professor Emma Hartwell, who teaches pre-truce military history at New Oxford University. She'd be delighted to demonstrate 31st century human naval doctrine, for educational purposes, of course. Admiral Chen sat back down, still smiling. But if I may suggest an alternative, young Marcus Webb could probably use some help with his science fair project. The hegemony has excellent mineral processing technology. Perhaps a cultural exchange program instead of a war? The chamber remained silent for a long moment. Then from somewhere in the hegemony delegation came a small voice. What kind of sculpture garden? And that was how the Second Human Hegemony War was prevented by a 12-year-old's art project and humanity's apparent inability to take galactic politics seriously. 3 months later, Marcus Webb's sculpture garden won the Colonial Science Fair, featuring contributions from 47 different species. The asteroid had become the galaxy's most popular tourist destination. Humanity once again had found peace through the simple expedient of being absolutely, terrifyingly incomprehensible.